Hi everyone, I'm Angel.
And I'm Olivia.
And this is Borderline Behaviour.
Everyone, you may have noticed that I used to do true crime TikTok, but I constantly found myself running out of time and not being able to share my thoughts and theories. And so I wanted to start a podcast. So, welcome to our new podcast. Olivia and I are going to be talking about all things true crime, mystery, and cases that really involve mental health. Mental health is important to both of us a lot. We'll get into that a little bit more. But both of us love true crime and mysteries. And, since I was doing the solo true crime content on TikTok, you guys know I'm passionate about these cases, but it's a lot more fun doing longer content, especially with my best friend. So, yeah, Olivia, how are you feeling about starting Borderline Behavior?
I'm feeling great. I'm really excited for this kind of chance to just chat and kiki about things. And I think I really love talking about mental health and kind of destigmatizing things. So this might be a good chance for me to kind of get some of my professional views out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, absolutely. And for everyone who doesn't know us personally, which I feel like is going to be the majority of our audience, I worked in the mental health field for over 3 years in psych hospitals, and Olivia currently works in the mental health field. So I don't know if you want to share a little bit about that, Olivia.
absolutely. So I am a peer recovery specialist. So I'm in recovery from some mental health issues. We'll kind of get into that here in a second. But I help other people who are struggling in the same ways that I've struggled. And it's really cool to be able to connect with them and like join them on their journey of like self discovery and wellness. It's really cool. So
Yeah, that's so awesome, and I love that you're able to get out there and use your past experiences and make it better for other people.
yeah, absolutely. So do you want to explain why we've named this podcast Borderline Behavior?
Yes. So, as we've been talking about mental health, both Olivia and I actually have borderline personality disorder. And for those of you that are not very acquainted with BPD, it gets a really bad rap. And I think both Olivia and I really like to be advocates that BPD doesn't have to be the monster that everybody thinks it is. Um, Both Olivia and I are in therapy. I go to therapy twice a week. Olivia goes every week or every other week, and we're both medicated. And a lot of people don't understand the illness. So I think it's something we both want to shed some more light on. And we also know that, true crime and mystery cases usually have some aspect of mental health to them. And so that's where we really want to use both our personal experience and our professional experiences and break these down and talk about them. And borderline behavior is a bit of a double entendre because we have borderline personality disorder, but also, you know, some of the cases where we are going to be talking about, the people in them their actions are borderline batshit crazy. So, a little bit of a double entendre there.
You haven't really commented on how you're feeling about the podcast. How are you feeling, Angel?
I'm really excited. I think I'm really excited to do more long form content. I think one of my biggest things when I was on TikTok was I was always watching the timer, and I would have 30 minutes to 40 minutes of recording to go through, and then I would whittle it down to 10 to 15. But people on TikTok want short form content, and even 10 minutes is a bit long, I think, for TikTok. Now, I don't mind sitting there and watching my true crime girlies, so shout out to Brianna Heim and Miss Shelley and all of them. But a lot of people I just feel don't, especially if you don't have that base initially. Um, and even when I started, I had a few comments saying you should start a podcast, and in the moment I was just like, oh my gosh, no, that's not my style. But I think I was a little bit put off by the idea because I feel like doing a podcast alone is very daunting. Like having no one there to,
Yeah.
yeah, like having no one there to play off of or to, talk with and stuff. So, kind of like you said, I'm really excited to, kiki a little bit and be able to talk about these cases. And also, we love a theory over here. So, being able to, talk to each other about our theories about the case, about what happened and everything. Yeah, I'm like really excited.
So we do love a theory over here. Do you want to share maybe your favorite true crime theory? Because I have one.
Oh gosh, well go ahead, take the lead. I'll think about my like number one.
So everyone knows the Tanya Harding case.
Oh yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's my biggest, like, I'm a victim of domestic violence,
Right.
and I know that that's kind of in her story there.
Yeah.
And I am the biggest, like, Tanya's innocent. I think it was all Jeff.
Really?
I think he saw that figure skating was getting in the way of their relationship and he wanted to sever that tie. So
Wow.
that's my prerogative there. That's my favorite true crime theory.
That's tea. Okay.
I know, I know. I will never blame a victim. Like,
That's
I just
tea.
can't, I can't blame Tanya for this. I just really can't. She didn't
Yeah.
even do it. Someone else did it.
Yeah. No, that's completely fair. I get that. I think for me, my biggest one is I think this one's pretty controversial, but the Lauren Spear case, which
Ooh, okay.
I'm sure we'll end up covering at some point, but Lauren Spear case, obviously I went to IU and I like went down the same streets that she went down and everything, and one, I don't think she was as drunk or as loose as everyone made her seem. Like, yes, they said she was stumbling, but mama, get a few drinks in me and I'm gonna stumble too, but I'm still like mentally here. You know what I mean? So I
Oh,
don't
absolutely.
yeah, I don't think she was as gone as they say she was, and I personally think that it was a famous serial killer, Israel Keys, who killed her because
Oh,
yes, so I'm sure we'll do an episode on this and I'll expand on it more, but Israel Keys was traveling through Illinois and Indiana the day before, and he went to his like in-laws in Fort Wayne, but he rented a car, and there was like an extra 400 miles, like 450 miles on the car, and that is
oh.
just enough mileage to go down to Monroe State Forest in Bloomington, drive around IU campus a little bit, and then back up to Fort Wayne. And he was known to bury kill kits in forests. So, Mama, the case is solved to me. It's Israel
Oh,
Keys, Mama.
T. Okay, you've got the whole thing narrowed down.
Mama, yeah. That case like keeps me up at night. I think about that case a lot.
Dude, it is so hard with these cases that are so close to home to just kind of forget about them. I mean,
I
you think
know.
about them often. I think about that every time I go to Bloomington.
Exactly. Cases that are close to home. Our first episode, which will be coming out next Friday, our first episode is about Haley Busby, who, for everyone who doesn't know, is from Fishers, Indiana, and she was just a 17-year-old girl, and like literally 20 minutes from where Olivia and I live. When this was like unraveling, because this happened this year, like in 2026, I just had no words. Like I was gobsmacked.
I have a lot to say on that case too. I have a lot of points and opinions, and
Oh yeah.
I know what it's like to be a groomed teenager, and it's
Oh
just
yeah.
so terrible it ended up the way that it did.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, I feel like both of us are going to have quite a few comments on that case, but at the end of the day, I think it's going to be useful commentary. Let's just say that. Um,
Fair. No.
but yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I actually covered Haley's case on my TikTok, and it was my first true crime TikTok on my account. So I felt that it was only fitting to bring it back for the podcast and have it be our first episode and a lot more. I covered it while it was still coming out. Like I covered it February 2nd. And so they hadn't even found her body yet. Like they didn't even find her body at that point in time. So now, with about 2 months past, I think there will be a lot more to talk about, and I feel like we're gonna have a lot of opinions on it.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Of course, we're very opinionated baddies, anyways. I mean,
Right.
we've got a lot of comments on everything.
Right. Right. We do love to yap, and it is very hard to shut us up. So
And that,
I'm sure we'll be going on that for a little bit.
yeah, yeah, I was gonna say that might be parts of this podcast is just us kind of going off on tangents, which is fine with me.
Oh, 100%. And I think it's only right to share, like, Olivia, do you have any favorite podcasts? Like, is there any podcast out there that's like, yeah, that's like the vibe I want to bring to this podcast?
So I really love, and this is not going to be a fitting vibe for this podcast since we're more like a true crime mystery thing,
Right. For
but
sure.
I really love the podcast Your Favorite Band Sucks. It's very bantery, it's very
Yeah.
back and forth, quick and witty, and that's kind of what I like about these interactions. So
Yeah, no, I totally feel that. I think for me, it's gonna be very like crime junkie esque, like where
for sure.
someone's telling a story and then we sit there and react and we talk about it and share our opinions and stuff. One thing I really love about crime junkies is like the style that they have it. It feels like I'm in the room with them, which is like so I like that. Like I like to feel like I'm here and like we're all kikiing, we're all talking and having a good time. So I think that's definitely like kind of the I think we both kind of want to bring that for sure.
No, I definitely want the vibe where you're just kind of hanging out with your friends. I mean, that's all we're really doing is being friends and hanging out and recording it.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. So yeah, we have a lot planned. We actually already have our first 3 episodes planned, but in addition to that, if you guys have any comments or any cases that you'd like to see us cover, then definitely leave it in the comments below. I think we're going to be posting this on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Music. So it should cover all of our big bases, I think. But if there's anywhere else that you guys like to listen to your podcast, definitely let us know. And we're super excited to bring Borderline Behavior to you.
yeah, absolutely. Can't wait. And yeah, we'll see you next Friday.
All right, bye.
Bye.